for you, baby, unless you care for me. Tell me, baby, what more can your daddy do? Tell me, baby, what more can your daddy do? I've forsaken my mother just to get along with you. Baby, 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 what can I do to change your mind? Baby, baby, what can I do to change your mind? If you come back home, baby, I'll be willing to treat you nice and kind. You talk about your walk, if you haven't walked.
Hello, the Shafter Children's Summer Theater program welcomes you to the Ford Theater. We are very excited for you to join us for SCST's 24th annual production of Annie Jr.
Before we start, we would like to set a few ground rules. All cell phones must be turned off before showtime. No flash photography during the performance. If your child gets fussy, please take them out to avoid disturbance.
There is no intermission, so if you need to use the facilities, please do so quickly and quietly so you don't disturb others around you. Food and beverages are not allowed in the theater. Each performance will be recorded and transferred onto a DVD. Order forms are available at the ticket office.
It really bugs me when, as an audience member, someone blocks my view with a video camera. So please do not record during the show. We are also pleased to announce that all 3 shows are sold out. Tickets are no longer being sold.
We would also like to thank our sponsors, parents, and community members for all their contributions. So without further ado, Shafter Children's Summer Theater presents Annie Jr.
shoving the poor kid. She ain't doing nothing to you.
She keeping me awake, ain't she?
No, you're keeping us awake.
You want to make something out of this?
How about I make a pancake out of you?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My goodness. I won't get no sleep all night. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You can't make it.
Calm down! Alia! Go back to sleep. Here, look what I brought you. It's all right, Molly. You can go back to sleep. Annie's here.
It was my mama, Annie. We was riding on a ferry boat and she was holding me up to sail the big ships. And then I couldn't find her no more.
It was only a dream, honey. Now you gotta go back to sleep. It's after 3 o'clock.
Annie, read me your note.
Again?
Please.
Sure, Molly.
Here it comes.
Please take good care of our little darling. Her name is Annie.
She was born on October 28th, and we'll be back to get her soon. We left one half of the locket and kept the other.
So when we come back for her, you'll know that she's our baby.
Oh my goodness, now they're laughing.
All right. Do you want to sleep with your teeth inside of your mouth or out?
Gee, I dream about having a mother and father again. You're lucky. You really got 'em.
I know. Somewhere. Maybe far away, or maybe real nearby. He may be pouring her coffee. She may be straining his tie. Maybe in a house all hidden by a hill.
She's sitting playing piano.
He's sitting paying a bill.
Betcha they're young. Betcha they're smart. Bet they collect things like ashtrays and art. Betcha they're good. Why shouldn't they be?
Their one mistake was giving up me. So maybe now it's time, and maybe when I wake, they'll be there calling me baby, baby. Betcha he reads, betcha she sews. Maybe she's made me a closet of clothes. Maybe they're strict as straight as a line. Don't really care as long as they're mine. So maybe now this prayer's the last one of its kind. Won't you please come get your baby?
What you doing?
What's going on?
I'm running away.
Oh my goodness.
My folks are never coming for me. I gotta go find him.
Annie, you're crazy. Miss Hannigan will catch you. And give you the paddle.
I don't care. I'm getting out of here.
No, Annie, don't.
I'm ready. Wish me luck.
Good luck, Annie. So long, dumbbell. And good luck. Gotcha. Turn around. Turn around. There. Now what do you say?
I love you, Miss Hannigan.
Yeah, right. Rotten orphan.
I'm not an orphan. My parents left a note saying that they loved me and that they were coming back for me.
That was 1922.
It's 1933. You know what? Just for that, we'll make your little orphan friends pay. All right. Get up. Now, for all this one's shenanigans, you'll get down on your knobby little knees and clean the stump till it shines like the top of a Chrysler building.
But it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Get to work.
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
Now, why any kid want to be an orphan? I'll never know.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Static treated, we get tricked. Static kisses, we get kicked. It's a hard knock life. Got no folks to speak of, so it's a hard knock row we hoe. Cotton blankets, set of wool, empty bellies, set of full. It's a hard knock life.
Don't it feel like the wind is always howling? Don't it seem like there's never any light? Once a day, don't you wanna throw the towel in? It's easier than putting up a fight. No one's there when your dreams at night get creepy.
No one cares if you grow or if you shrink.
No one tries when your eyes get wet and creepy.
From the cry, you would think this place would sing. Oh, empty belly life, bright belly life, full of sorrow life, no tomorrow life.
Santa Claus we never see.
Santa Claus, what's that? Who's he?
No one cares for you a smidge when you're in an orphanage. It's the hard knock life.
You'll stay up till this stump shines like the top of the Chrysler building.
Yank the whiskers from her chin. Jab her with a safety pin. Send her to the loony bin. I love you, Miss Hannigan.
hair down. She lets everybody in the orphanage down. That's so true. Hey! Stop!
Good morning, children.
Good morning, Miss Hannigan. Well, I love you, Miss Hannigan. I love you, Miss Hannigan.
You, what are you doing in there?
Nothing.
Get her out of there. Your days are numbered. All right, breakfast.
Hot mush! Yuck!
You know what? No, not hot mush.
Yay!
Hot mush! Yay! My poor stomach. And after your mush, you'll go down to your sewing machines. There's an order of dresses you need to finish. If it'll have to take you straight through midnight.
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
Laundry man.
Morning, bundles.
Morning, kids. Clean sheets once a month, whether you need them or not. Hey, Aggie. How's the prettiest gal south of 14th Street?
Oh, Bundles, get out of here with that laundry.
So long, gorgeous, and Merry Christmas.
You call this place clean, Annie? This place is a pigsty. Annie.
Annie ain't here.
What do you mean?
Annie ain't here. She just went with Mr. Bundles in the laundry bag.
Bundles.
Police! Police! No more hard knock life for Annie. Lucky duck, she got away.
But we're gonna have to pay. Gonna get our faces slapped. Gonna get our knuckles wrapped. It's a hard knock life. It's a hard knock life. It's a hard knock life.
Apples, 2 for a nickel.
Excuse me, ma'am, but would you mind donating an apple to the orphans' picnic?
Sure, why not? No one's buying them anyway.
Gee, thanks, ma'am!
Hey kid, when's the orphan picnic?
Soon as I take a bite.
You seen any stray mutts around here?
No, sir.
Good. They must be all running wild over to Astor Place.
Hey, there's one they didn't get. They're after you, ain't they? Well, they're after me too. But don't worry, I ain't gonna let them get you or me. Everything's gonna be fine for the both of us. If not today, maybe tomorrow. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with the day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow I'll love you.
girl, come here.
Yes, officer?
That dog there, ain't he a stray?
A stray? Oh, no, officer. He's my dog.
You're a dog, huh? So what's his name?
He asked you a question. What's his name?
His name is Sandy. That's it. I call him Sandy because of his nice sandy color.
Okay, let's see him answer to it then.
Well, you see, officer, I just got him, and sometimes he doesn't listen to me.
Him.
Here, Sandy. Here, boy. Sandy. Come on, Sandy. Good old Sandy.
Whatever.
Next time I see you out here, I want to see him on a leash and with a license.
Or is a pound for that makes you mutt.
Yes, officers. I understand.
Now get along before you catch it in the cold of this weather.
Oh, I don't mind the weather. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow. I love you. You're always a day away. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day
Miss Hannigan,
Yeah?
you know you're serving your pillow from Coney Island?
Yeah?
Molly just threw up on it.
Oh, rat!
Little girls, everywhere I turn, I can't see them. Little girls, night and day, I eat, sleep, and breathe them. Some women are dripping in diamonds. Some women are dripping in pearls. Lucky me, look at what I'm dripping with. Little girls. Someday I'll step on the freckles. Some night I'll straighten their curls. Send the flood, send the flu, anything that you could do to little girls.
Hey, Bessie. Yeah? What does a nosy pepper do? I don't know. What does a nosy pepper do? It's jalapeno business.
Shut up! in.
Miss Hannigan, is it?
Yes.
I'm Lieutenant Ward of the 17th Precinct.
It's the cops.
We found your runaway.
Oh, thank you, officer.
She was in one of them Hoovervilles, over by the river, with a bunch of bums.
They weren't bums. Had to make you motor. Got away.
Oh, poor pumpkin. Out there in the freezing cold with just this thin shirt. I hope you didn't catch influenza. Thank you again, officer.
On the line of duty. And you, don't let me ever hear that you run away again. From this nice lady.
Of course.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am.
Oh, good afternoon, officers. The next time you walk out that door, it'll be 1953. Well, glad to be back. Huh?
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
Liar. What's the one thing I always taught you? Never tell a lie. You know what? Just for that, go get the paddle.
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
You know, you and the paddle are becoming best friends. Come in.
Good afternoon, Miss Hannigan.
Yes.
I'm Grace Farrell, Private Secretary to Oliver Warbucks.
The Oliver Warbucks? The millionaire?
Mr. Warbucks has decided to invite an orphan to spend the Christmas holidays at his home.
Oh. What sort of orphan did he have in mind?
Well, she should be friendly.
Good afternoon, Miss Farrell.
Give me that.
And intelligent.
Mississippi. Capital MISSI_SI_PI. Mississippi.
And cheerful.
Oh, shut up. And how old?
Oh, age really doesn't matter. Oh, say 8 or 9, 10, 11. Yes, 11 would be perfect. And oh, I almost forgot. Mr. Warbucks prefers toe-headed children.
I don't know. 11? Towhead? No, we don't have any orphans like that.
Well, what about this child right here?
Annie, you don't want her.
Annie, would you like to spend the next 2 weeks at Mr. Warbucks' house?
I would love to.
No, here's the deal. You can have any kid in here, but not Annie.
Well, perhaps I should call the Board of Orphans and...
Oh, come here, kid. If it's Annie you want, it's Annie you get.
It's Annie I want.
Oh, boy!
Now, if you'll get her coat, I'll take her right along now.
She don't have no coat.
Then, we'll buy her one.
Oh, boy!
Come along, Annie. Mr. Warbucks' limousine is waiting outside.
Oh, boy, I can hardly believe it! And she can hardly believe it!
So, what happened? The cop found Annie and brought her back.
Aww.
Poor Annie. So, where is she?
Probably scrubbing toilets.
Yeah.
No. A lady with fancy clothes took her away.
To spend Christmas with a billionaire.
A billionaire?
Yes, can you believe it?
Are you
Oh, shut up already! Someday I'll land in the nut house with all of the nuts and the squirrels. There I'll stay tucked away till the prohibition of
Shake a leg, one. Mr. Warbucks is due home any time now.
Cecile,
Yes, ma'am.
see to it that there are fresh towels in the water closet.
Yes, ma'am.
Annette,
Yes, ma'am.
come with me. We need to dust and sweep the parlor.
Yes, ma'am.
Charles,
You are to serve the soup, and this time, don't spill it.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Alice. Yes, ma'am. You are to make sure the water glasses are always full.
Yes, ma'am.
Olivia and Amelia, you two are in charge of serving the main meal as soon as Charles removes the soup bowls.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Miss Bridle.
Good afternoon, Drake, everyone.
Good afternoon, Miss.
Has Mr. Warbucks arrived yet?
No, Miss. We're expecting him any minute.
Do you guys really live here? Or is this just a train station?
We really live here. Now, would you all come here for a moment, please?
Quickly, everyone.
This is Annie. She'll be with us for Christmas. Annie, this is everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. May I take your coat, Miss?
Will I get it back?
Of course, dear. Now, what would you like to do first?
The floors. I'll scrub them first, and then I'll get to the windows.
Annie, you won't have to do any cleaning while you're here. You're our guest, and for the next 2 weeks, you're gonna have a swell time. Now, Cecile will pick out all your clothes.
Green is her best color. No, blue, I think.
Your bath is drawn by Mrs. Greer.
Sir, no, bubbles, I think.
Annette comes in to make your bed.
The silk, no sand sheets, I think.
I think I'm gonna like it here.
When you wake, ring for Drake. Drake will bring your tray. When you're through, Mrs. Bew comes to take it away. Did you like that, dear?
No need to pick up any toys.
That's okay. I haven't got any anyways.
No finger will you lift, my dear. We have but one request. Please put us to the test.
I know I'm gonna like it here. Used to room in a tomb where I'd sit and freeze. Get me now, jeez Louise. Could someone pinch me, please? Ouch!
She didn't mean it. We've never had a little girl.
We never had a little girl.
I'm very glad to volunteer.
We hope you understand. Your wishes are command. I know you're gonna like it here. Welcome.
Where's everybody? Hello, everybody.
Sir.
Welcome home, Mr. Warbucks.
It's good to be home.
How's your flight in Chicago?
Not bad. Only took 11 hours. Grace,
Yes, sir.
messages.
President Roosevelt wants you to call him at the White House.
I'll get back to him tomorrow.
Mr. Warbucks.
It's good to be home.
Sir.
Drake dismissed the staff.
Yes, sir.
And Grace, if you'll get your notebook. Who is that?
This is Annie, Mr. Warbucks, the orphan that'll be with us for Christmas.
That's not a boy. Orphans are boys.
I'm sorry, sir. You just said orphan, so I chose a girl.
I suppose you have to do. Annie, huh? Annie what?
Oh, I'm just Annie, Mr. Warbucks. Sir, I haven't got any last name. I'm sorry I'm not a boy.
Not at all. I couldn't be up here.
Well, it is her first night here, sir.
We ought to do something on your first night. Would you like to go to the movies?
Gee, Mr. Warbucks, I've never been to one.
Then you'll go to the Roxy. Then you'll have an ice cream soda at the Rumple Myers. Then you'll have a handsome cab ride around Central Park.
Golly.
Grace, forget about the dictation tonight. Instead, you'll be taking Annie to the movies.
Yes, sir.
Aw, gee.
Something the matter, Annie?
Well, it's just that I thought you were gonna take me.
Oh, no. I'm afraid I'll be far too busy tonight.
Aw, gee.
You see, Annie, when a man is running a multi-billion-dollar corporation,
Oh, I know. That's okay, Mr. Warbucks.
Grace, Drake,
Yes, sir?
get our coats.
Ah, gee.
Grace, you'll come too, of course.
Yes, sir.
And which car you be wanting, sir?
The Duesenberg. No, wait. This child has been cooped up in an orphanage. We'll walk.
Walk to the Roxy?
Why not? It's only 45 blocks.
Yes, sir.
Smell those bus fumes? There's no air like the air of New York. Come on, you slowpokes. We gotta get to the Roxy before the prices change. NYC, the shimmer of Times Square, the books, the beat, the drive. NYC, you might say that I'm square, but whoa, I come alive.
The city's bright as a penny or a cake. It blinks, it tilts, it rings.
To think that I've lived here all of my life, but never seen these things.
NYC, the whole world keeps coming. By bus, by train, you can't explain there yet.
Just got here this morning. 3 bucks, 2 bags, 1 me. NYC, I give you fair warning. Up there in lights, I'll be.
Go ask the Gershwin, or Kaufman and Hart, the place they love the best. Though California pays good for their art, their red mail comes addressed to NYC. Tomorrow a penthouse, that's way up high.
Tonight, the why not? It's NYC.
NYC, your standing room only. You cram, you cram, you're still the champ. Amen for NY.
Hey, keep it quiet down there.
Popcorn. What do you say to popcorn? I've had popcorn since I was 6 years old.
once again we bring you the romance of Helen Trent, who says that to prove just because a woman is 35 or more, love need not be over.
Come in.
Good afternoon, Miss Hannigan.
Ah, what's the matter? Warbucks fed with Annie yet?
On the contrary, Miss Hannigan, this has to be signed and sent back to the Board of Orphans no later than 10 o'clock tomorrow.
What for?
Because Mr. Warbucks is so taken with Annie that he wants to adopt her.
Annie, the daughter of a millionaire?
The daughter of a billionaire.
Would you excuse me for one moment? No! Why her? Why not me? I should be in the spotlight, not Annie. No! No! Happy faces, Aggie. Calm it down. Any more wonderful news?
Merry Christmas, Miss Hannigan.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Miss Hannigan.
Oops, pardon me, Brownie. Ugh. Hi, sis, long time no see.
Ah, Rooster. They found that she out of prison. What were you in for this time?
Some old geezer said I swindled him out of $1,100.
Now, why'd he say that?
Because the rooster swindled him out of $1,100.
Sis, I like you, me, a friend of mine from.
Josie City, nice to meet ya.
Rooster, do me a favor and get out of here.
So, who was the brownie I bumped into when I came in? Looked like she had a couple of dollars.
Just some lady. She works for Oliver Warbucks.
The Oliver Warbucks?
Yeah, get this. Annie, one of the orphans from here, getting adopted by him.
Crummy orphan.
Yeah, I live in the lap with the luxury of the two Hannigan kids end up on the skids. It ain't fair how we scrounge for $3 or $4 while she gets Warbucks.
The little brat. It ain't fair. This here life is driving me nuts. While we get peanuts, she's a living fat. Maybe she holds the key, that little lady, to getting more bucks.
Instead of less. Maybe we fix the game with something shady.
Where does that put us?
Give you one guess.
Yes! Easy Street. Easy Street. Annie is the key. Yes, sorry, yes, sorry, yes, sorry. Easy Street. Easy Street. That's where we're going now.
Yes. Yes, Mr. President. No, I'm not asking for your help, but I'm telling you, you've got to do something, all right? We'll talk about it on
Friday.
Friday. Listen, Mr. President, why don't we bury the hatchet and you come here for supper, Christmas Eve? You will? Wonderful. Goodbye, Mr. President. Grace, find out what Democrats eat.
Yes, sir.
The package from Tiffany's?
Arrived this morning.
Fine. I'm going to give it to her and tell her that I want to adopt her.
She's going to be the happiest little girl in the world.
Get her down here.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Annie, can we have a man-to-man talk?
You're sending me back to the orphanage, right?
Of course not. Annie, I was born and raised in a very poor family, and both of my parents died before I was 10. So I made a promise to myself. Someday, one way or another, I was going to be rich. Very rich.
Now that was a good idea.
But lately, I've realized something. No matter how much money you've got, if you're alone, if you have no one to share your life with, then you might as well be broke. I was in Tiffany's yesterday and I got something for you.
For me? Gee, thanks, Mr. Warbucks. Oh, gee.
It's a silver locket, Annie. I've noticed that old broken one of yours you wear, and I told myself I'm gonna get that kid a nice new locket. Here, let's just take this old one off and...
No, I don't want a new one.
What is it, Annie?
This locket. My mom and dad left it for me when they left me at the orphanage. And a note, too. They're coming back for me. I know I'm real lucky spending Christmas with you guys. But the one thing that I want most in the world is to find my mother and father and to be like other kids with folks of my own.
It'll be all right. I'll find them. I'll find your parents for you.
Shh. It'll be okay. Mr. Warbucks will find your parents. If he has to put everyone in his organization on the job, if he has to pull every political string that is to pull.
Up, including the White House. Annie, give me your locket.
But Mr. Warbucks!
I understand, but this could be our best clue. We'll have the FBI trace it and find out who bought it.
Okay. And maybe they should have my note, too.
You watch, Annie. You'll be meeting your mom and dad within a couple of days.
Really?
Really?
Oh boy, I gotta write a letter to the kids about this. Dear friends, I've just heard the greatest news. Mr. Warbucks is gonna try to find my parents.
What a thing to occur, finding them, losing her. Oh, you won't be an orphan for long.
And pretty soon, everyone's gonna know because we're gonna go on the radio and tell them. So make sure you listen in, okay? So maybe now it's time, and maybe when I wake, they'll be there calling me baby.
Thank you, Annie, and welcome to America's favorite radio program, The Occident Hour Smile, starring your old softie, Hattie Healy. And good evening, Oliver Warbucks. It's nice of you to drop by.
It's nice to be here, Hattie.
Oliver Warbucks, I understand that you have something to tell the folks at home about little Annie here.
Yes, I am now conducting a coast-to-coast nationwide search for Annie's parents. Furthermore, I'm offering a certified check for $50,000 to anyone who could prove that they are Annie's parents.
Wow.
So, Annie's parents, if you're listening in, write to Oliver Warbucks, care of this station. Thank you, Oliver Warbucks.
Thank you, Hattie.
And we will be right back after this word from our sponsors.
Annie on the radio, coast to coast, she's famous.
Wish I was on the radio.
Me too, Molly.
Ugh, who wants to be on the dumb old radio?
I do. So for all you Ara Smiles family, this is Hattie Healy saying, hey, Hoboman, hey, Dapperton, you both got your stuff. But brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Your clothes may be Bobrumley, they stand out a mile. But brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile.
Who cares what they're wearing? A mangy or Savile Row.
It's what you wear from ear to ear and not from head to toe that matters. So senator, so janitor, so long for one walk. Remember you're never fully dressed, though you may wear your best. You're never fully dressed without a smile. So janitor, so long for a while. Remember you're never fully dressed, though you may wear your best. You're never fully dressed without a smile. Smile, 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 darling, smile.
Well, I see by the old clock on the wall that none of our Thursday night get-togethers have gone by faster than you can say Occident. Yes, this is your old softie, Hattie, saying, until next week, same time, same station. Good night.
Yeah, you missed a spot.
What are you doing in here?
Annie was on the radio.
Yeah, I heard.
Next thing, she'll be in the movies. Now get to bed!
A $50,000 reward. 50,000! Oh, what I could do with $50,000. Come in.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah?
Are you the lady that runs this here orphanage?
Yep.
Ma'am, was you working here 11 years ago?
Yeah. What do you want?
Well, we had terrible troubles back then and had to leave a baby here on the front stoop.
Our little girl, our Annie.
You're Annie's parents? I don't believe it. Where'd you say you come from again?
a little farm down in Georgia where they got lots of ducks and chickens and geese and roosters.
Oh, Rooster! I would have never guessed it was you in 100 years.
40 Aggie, and we're gonna for Warbucks too.
Get ourselves 50,000 big ones.
Sis, we need your help for details about Annie that can help us pull this thing off.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's in it for me?
3-way split.
Half. Half? Rooster? Half.
Okay. 25 grand each, but we gotta do it fast. Get the money, get the kid, get out of town.
Wait, the kid's the problem. What do we do with her afterward?
No problem. When I want something to disappear, it disappears for good. We get the 50 grand, we blow Scummy Town, then we'll meet you.
Where? Duh. Oh. Easy Street. Easy Street. Annie is the key. Easy Street. Easy Street. That's where we're gonna be. Yeah!
Well, Miss Farrell,
I'm sorry, Annie. I've spoken to more than 1,000 people, all claiming to be your parents, but they're all just liars and fakes.
aw, gee.
Are you certain?
Yes, none of them knew about the locket. I'm sorry.
I was sure somebody was gonna be my mom and dad.
Mr. Warbucks, this has just come by special messenger from the FBI.
Ah, finally. Agent Gunderson located the manufacturer of Annie's locket.
Oh boy!
Over 90,000 were made and sold.
Aw, Gene.
I'm sorry, Annie. I don't think the FBI thinks there's a chance in a million of tracing your parents through a single locket.
That's okay. You did your best. Anyways, I guess a kid can get along without folks. I mean, you didn't turn out so bad.
Grace, do you have those legal papers I gave you the other day?
Right here.
Annie, I want to adopt you.
You want to adopt me?
Yes or no?
Well, if I can't have my real mother and father, there's no one I'd rather have for a father than you, Mr. Warbucks.
Annie, this isn't just going to be an adoption. It's going to be a celebration, and you could have anyone in the world to come to it. Who would you like?
Well, I guess I like Miss Farrell, and Mr. Drake, and Mrs. Pugh, and well, everybody here.
Drake,
Yes, sir?
tell the staff to get spiffed up. They're going to be the guests at Annie's adoption party.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and I almost forgot. The kids, too.
I better be way past the bedtime. But I'll tell you what, I'll have them here tomorrow for a Christmas party.
Miss Hannigan, too.
Why not? Annie, I'm the luckiest man in the world.
And I'm the luckiest kid. Together at last, together forever. We're tying a knot they never can sever.
I don't need sunshine now to turn my skies to blue.
I don't need anything but you. Yesterday was plain awful.
You can say that again.
Yesterday was plain awful.
But that's
Not now, that's then. I'm poor as a mouse.
I'm richer than Midas.
But nothing on earth could ever divide us. And if tomorrow I'm an apple seller too,
I don't need anything.
anything, anything. I don't need anything but you.
Excuse us. Shirley, look, there's our Annie.
Who are you? Honey, where are your mom and dad?
Mudge is the name, Ralph Mudge, and this here's the wife, Shirley.
And you're Annie Mudge.
Annie Mudge.
We loved you, Annie, but we had to leave you behind.
We've seen a great number of people
I
who...
expect you'll be wanting proof of who we are. Here's our driver's license and Annie's birth certificate.
Baby girl named Anne Elizabeth Mudge, born to Ralph and Shirley Mudge, New York, New York, October 28th, 1922.
October 28th. That's my birthday.
Ralph, look, she's wearing the locket.
When we left Annie at the orphanage, we left half a silver locket with her and kept the other half. Oh yes, it fits perfectly.
Oh, thank God, Ralph. She's our Annie.
Mr. Mudge, what about the money?
Well, we ain't got much, but we'd be glad to give you whatever.
Haven't you heard? I've offered a certified check for $50,000 to anyone who could prove that they're Annie's parents.
No, sir, anyway, we don't want no money.
On the other hand, Ralph, remember that little pig farm out in New Jersey? With $50,000, we could afford to bring Annie up right in the country. We can pick up her and the check tomorrow if you would like, sir.
Yes.
Be fine by me.
Bye, Annie, love.
Until tomorrow morning, honey, then you'll be spending the rest of your life with us. Oops, pardon me, Brownie. Merry Christmas.
Well, this is
Wonderful news.
Drake. Champagne. We must celebrate because we found out the most wonderful news. Annie's found her mom and dad. To Annie Mudge.
To Annie Mudge. Annie!
I've lost her. I've lost Annie.
Sir, I have the strangest feeling that I've seen that Mr. Mudge before. That he's not who he says he is.
Then I won't give her up until we're certain.
But how?
I'll go straight up to the top, up to the President of the United States, even if he's a Democrat.
adventure of my life. It's gonna be swell. Looking at them, it's easy to tell. And maybe I'll forget how nice he was to me, and how I was almost his baby. Merry Christmas, Mr. Warbucks. Miss Farrell,
You're up early.
you're up early too.
We've been up all night, dear. FBI men are coming and going. Did you know that President Roosevelt's here?
Really?
Mr. President.
Merry Christmas, President Roosevelt.
Merry Christmas, Annie. Annie, early this morning, FBI Director Hoover telephoned me with some unfortunate news. He succeeded in tracing the identity of your parents.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Mudge.
No, dear. David and Margaret Bennett.
But
Annie, your mother and father passed away a long time ago.
you mean I'm an orphan after all?
Are you all right, Annie?
Yes, because I know that they loved me, and they would have come back for me if they weren't.
I love you, Annie.
And I love you too. Now, who are Ralph and Shirley Mudge?
Well, the birth certificate could have been easily forged, but nobody knew about the locket except for us.
And the FBI, of course.
And Miss Hannigan.
And Miss Hannigan!
Miss Hannigan and children from the orphanage. Annie? Not bad, kid.
Ah, Miss Hannigan, I'm delighted to see you.
Same here. I'd know you anywhere.
Let me introduce you to everyone. This is my secretary, Miss Farrell. And this is the President of the United States. And this is my butler, Drake.
Look, kids, there's presents here for all of us.
Yay! Mr. Warbucks, does it just come from the FBI? So, Mr. and Mrs. Mudge.
Good morning.
Merry Christmas, one and all.
Merry Christmas.
Well, we don't want to bother you on Christmas and all, but we come pick up Annie and the check.
Of course, the check.
Certified. Pay the order too. The jig's up.
Yeah, the jig is up. Daniel Francis Hannigan.
Also known as Rooster Hannigan, also known as Donnie the Dip.
Lewis, turn them over.
And I believe this woman is their accomplice.
Ow! Get your hands off me! I swear I never seen these people till yesterday.
Oh, come off it, Aggie.
Annie kid, tell them how nice and good I always was to you.
Aw, gee, Miss Hannigan. I remember the one thing you always told me. Never tell a lie.
Yeah. Ha! Oh, brat!
Take them away.
Miss Hannigan's gone for good!
Yay!
And you have to do no more work.
Yay!
Yes, girls, for you and perhaps for all of us, this Christmas is going to be the beginning of a wonderful new life, a new deal. Hey, I rather like that. A new deal.
So do I, Franklin. A new deal.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now it's going to be time for a little photo op for you parents out there. So if you'd like to take your photos, go ahead and go down to the front and take some photos of your kids.